Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl Liz the One. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for your girl. So it's time to gossip like a diva. I'm about to review Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12, episode 12, A Hairy Situation. So let's go ahead and get into this. First, I want to tell you, when Nene Leakes said an episode ago that she did not spit on Kenya Moore, she didn't spit on Kenya Moore, but having seen the trailer, she attempted to. And then having seen the Wendy Williams interview where she said that Nene tried to spit on her. I believe it was a Wendy Williams interview. Yeah, it was Wendy Williams. She said that she tried to spit on her. Nene did. Nene lied about it initially. And then when she got caught, when the mid-season trailer hit, Nene replied on social media after she denied it and said Kenya deserved to be spit on. And then according to reports, allegedly she says she's alluding that she may not be coming back. However, it looks like she's already being phased out. It looks like she kind of got demoted to friend of the show, even though they allow her to keep her peach. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but you haven't been seeing her very much. It kind of looks like she's been already being phased out to me by the producers. Now in this episode you really don't see her, and I don't know if that's because she's being punished or not. There's just a lot going on with Nene from the last episode when she was like making fun of Kenya's booty. Now some of the stuff was funny, but you know, a lot of these women on the show, you know, they have work done, and as you can see, like I got her original face put up here, and you know, her body was a lot different and she was a lot heavier set, and she's had a lot of surgeries to kind of fix that. But with that being, so let's go ahead and get into it. Eva, she's at home with her family. They're cute. And she didn't know that her and Portia had beef, but now she's blaming Candy. And I'm just like, girl, boo. So we just gonna sit up here and forget about those remarks that you made about her pretty much having a geriatric pregnancy, her and Kenya. And then basically the nappy heads comment. And then, you know, you tried to downplay it like, you know, you're part of the nappy head committee. And then on top of that, when you're sitting there lying on camera and they're doing flashbacks, they're doing it because they have receipts. You got to stop lying. But she claims that Candy is a liar. And I want to see how that's going to go over at the reunion. Because y'all know Candy don't like to be called liar and stuff like that. Especially when Bravo has receipts and they can just throw it, like do the flashbacks, like they have you on camera saying all this stuff. Please don't turn into Kim Zolciak, because I like Eva. Like I really want her to thrive. I want to see how this goes, but who cares? Let's just move. But you know, she said what she said. And the previous episodes, like I said, Bravo loves inserting clips and receipts to like jog people's memories. And she called Candy a Class A instigator. Like I said, I want to see how that goes at the reunion. So, subject change. Her daughter's getting a name change, and she's pretty much getting it changed away from her crazy ex, whose face is flashing across the screen, Kevin McCall, to her husband, Michael Sterling, who's a lawyer. And I'm really happy. This is a cute scene. Eva says Marley doesn't know Mike's not her biological father. And I guess the daughter is on a need-to-know basis. I guess you don't really want to wreck her childhood so young, but eventually I'm sure they'll tell her that this is who her biological father is. But she brings up the fact that her husband was adopted, and so this is why he wants to give the daughter this gift, because he's the only father that she's ever known. Like I said, I think that it's beautiful, and I love the fact that Eva found a real man. Somebody that's not abusing her, somebody that can provide for her, even if she didn't work, you know. But I think that this is a beautiful thing. He's a lawyer. He can take care of the family. So after the name change and the legal name change, because Eva does have full custody of her, after they do this, they're going to go forward with adoption, and then the court will reissue a birth certificate with his name on it, so he would have adopted her daughter, and then it would be pretty much that he would be the father. So let's move forward. That scene was cute. Now I'm trying to get into the stuff, y'all. Kandi, Marlo, Portia, Tanya, they're at the spa. It's called reflexology or something like that. At first it was good vibes. Portia and Tanya, they joking around. They talk about Marlo's room. That was brought up. And then Portia brings up Kenya bringing up like alleged cheating. Now, she thought it was about her and Dennis, and then Marlo says she was talking about Tanya, and Portia, pretty much concurs. And she said that she went on and she realized that because she kept saying that the woman was beautiful and a sexy woman. Now, don't get me wrong. Kenya was irritating the hell out of me with that. You don't have to keep bringing up this woman's looks. I get that you had to bring it up. Because obviously this woman approached y'all on camera, but you do not have to sit up here and keep commenting on her looks. And then the last episode when she kept saying stuff like, what if this woman looks better, than the woman that he's with, listen, Tanya's a beautiful woman, a little annoying, but I think that she she's sort of innocent, or I can't even really say that she's innocent. But she comes across really nice and a little naive, but I cannot say that the cookie lady, was better looking than Tanya. I'm happy she's an entrepreneur and she's got a business, but she does not look better than Tanya. Okay, so after this, Tanya gets irritated and she brought up Kenya asking her why she was waiting to freeze her eggs or whatever. And I know a lot of people think that Kenya's being messy, but here's my problem, ladies. Kenya was not being shady in this scene. She was genuinely had a point, because remember, Kenya gave birth at 47, 48 years old. And I'm going to put Tanya's bio in the screen and then a link below in the description box to where you can read it your damn self. Tanya's in her 40s, okay? So let's be realistic here. When you are a woman of a certain age, you have to be real with yourself, okay? So you kind of got to get on the ball. You don't have forever, okay? I know that they say that, there are these treatments and that it works, but you have to look up the statistics and they are not very high. They're actually very low. They have a very low success rate for women, especially of a certain age. And the fact that Tanya hasn't even taken steps to freeze her own eggs, what you could be setting this kid up for: birth defects, Down syndrome, all kinds of things. So to me, that wasn't really shady, suggesting that you go the IVF route and suggesting that you freeze your eggs. And then her being honest about her journey, about how she only had one egg. How is that shading you? That's not shading you. So I think that was really petty. Like I said, you're being naive. And I think that it's going to backfire. I think that you need to go ahead and freeze that egg. If this man is taking his sweet time to marry you, freeze that egg, It'll give you a couple of years to wait a little bit, but definitely freeze that egg. Do not wait, Don't look up and not have the kid you want. I'm not about to preach. Let's just get on with the episode. But I think she should freeze that egg. Don't get me wrong. Kenya's shady in a lot of things, but this, I don't think she was being particularly shady on. But let's keep going. They ask Kandi what she thinks, and Candy's quiet. But Kenya, had to bring it up, like I said, about, the boyfriend gate, because the cameras were there and the cookie lady was there. So Marlo says if Kenya is sniffing around, she knows something. Okay. And then Tanya gets slightly amped up, like she's got dirt on Kenya. And then I'm going to give a drum roll right here. And then it turns out that Tanya finds out that Kenya has a wig. Now, apparently, Kenya called Tanya and told her that she left something, and could she bring it? Now, naturally, you do open it up because you do not transport things across state lines. You just don't transport things across state lines because of, legal issues. But here's the problem. This is what Kenya Moore tweeted. Opening the package is not the question. I called her so many times and she purposely didn't give it to me because she had a plan. Hashtag I never came for her, rhoa. And then she also tweeted, let's keep it real, production. Cynthia told Tanya in Toronto, and that's why she brought the wig. I was wondering, okay, well, why would she bring it to the spa? Was because Cynthia talked to her apparently behind the scenes, and that's how she brought the wig. So, And then Kenya also tweeted about, the wig when they were sitting up here parading around in it, that wigs can be worn as protective styles, not to hide your real hair because of damage. If you are serious about getting your real hair healthy and strong and long, visit Kenya Moore Hair or visit @Sally Beauty. And then, she posted this on Twitter. So we've seen Kenya Moore's real hair is real long. It's actually longer than the wigs that she wears. So I really don't know why this is a problem. And Marlo just seemed to be so elated. But Marlo went on to post on Instagram this: I love wearing wigs as a protective style. So my natural hair can rest, hydrate, and grow. This is very important because as a public figure, I change my hair often to coordinate with my outfits, as any real fashion girl does. An outfit may call for a certain hair color or cut to pull off the look, she said. Over-processing and over-styling natural hair causes so much damage, so I created @her_hair_collection for women like me. Women who are not ashamed to throw on a luxurious, impeccably styled wig and be fabulous. Women suffering from health issues and hair loss, or women just trying to repair their natural hair from years or pretty much of natural damage. So my thing is, if you know this, why is this wig such a big deal? And Tanya really thinks that this is the fact that Tanya really thinks that this is some kind of tea has just got me overly tickled. Anyway, so Tanya pulls the wig out, and and then they start to play with it, and Candy shut it down immediately. She takes the wig. So next scene, Eva, Michael, okay? And pretty much Michael's there in court, and then everything happens great. Eva's excited. There were some issues that we saw, like with Kevin McCall trying to pull some stuff because, Eva found out that he was in Atlanta or whatever. But that's that. Everything went off without an issue. Marley's her last name is now Sterling instead of McCall. And he pulled it off, and that's just that. I'm really happy for them. It was a beautiful scene. Eva, of course, she's pregnant, so she's emotional, but it was a beautiful scene. So Portia, her baby, Lauren, and her mom, Portia's mom. Now, Portia's mom is a beautiful woman, but I would love to see her in a different hairstyle. Maybe she could keep the color because, obviously she's a seasoned woman, but she looks really, really good. But maybe like a shorter hairstyle, or maybe something just a little different would be nice. I do understand that because she's a seasoned woman, she may want to keep a little gray in there, but just maybe switch it up just a bit. But she does look good. So they're talking about Dennis. And they're pretty much over him, the lies and all. But, the mom, in a certain sense, admits that she'll kind of keep the peace for the family. I'm just kind of summing up what happened. And Lauren pretty much sums up that she will hate him for all of eternity, which is kind of funny. But it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, when you know about, like, your family's problems and stuff like that, like, you just sat up here and did my sister dirty. I should hit you in your jaw. But she ain't do it. She was nice about it. But she can't stand Dennis. And I ain't mad at her, because Dennis was fried. Dennis was all kinds of wrong. So, next scene. I already been through this. Eva and Michael, they successfully changed Marley's last name. So the next scene was Kenya, Cynthia, Candy. And they bring up what happened. And Candy didn't tell Tanya, but Cynthia told Tanya about Cookiegate and what really happened. And so she kind of had a heads up, really. Cynthia didn't say that. But then the IVF apparently came up. And that's when Kenya got a little mad because, like I said, they talked about it. And Tanya, this is what they're leaving out. Okay, well, they put it on the show, but this is what people are not putting into context. They had a lot of conversations about it, according to Kenya. So she thought that it wasn't a problem. So them talking about it in person, how's that a big deal? And Cynthia, like she said, she thought that it was a good conversation. Everything was received really well. And then, like I said, she talked to her about it on multiple times, and it just seemed okay. So why is there a problem now? And so now, from that IVF thing, that's why Kenya and Tanya got beef now. So, like I said, I just feel like Tanya's being a little naive. You need to really get in there and see somebody and get a frozen egg, at least one. Get it out there. You saying that you want a baby, because even at the spa, I don't know if you guys noticed, like when they were getting their feet massaged and the reflexology thing, she said, do you have like reflexology for uteruses, because she wanted to have a baby. Well, you have to understand, you're in your 40s now, so the chances of you having a baby naturally are going down, down, down. But if you want to have a natural child of your own from your own egg, Kenya was not wrong, because a lot of these women, like in their 50s, late 40s, 50s, if they have not already frozen eggs, they may be using donor eggs. So the children may not be even biologically theirs. Even Janet Jackson, she may have used, I'm not sure about this, but due to the fact that she's in her 50s, she may have used a donor egg. And you have to consider these things. So, but moving on. Candy, Tanya, Eva, Cynthia, the kids, they have a party to celebrate Marley's victory and her name change. And then they filled Eva in on everything that's happened, and she's pretty much shocked. She didn't know what was going on. Well, you know now, girl. So the next scene, Portia, Dennis, both day mamas, and Lauren, and then Portia's baby. They're there. Portia's mom and Lauren show up, and they are pretty much all in the baby's face. Dennis is trying to speak, but they pretty much paying him dust, honey. They all in the baby's face. And then Dennis brings up the fact that they haven't seen him in a while, and the mama said, well, we see you all the time because we see this baby, because the baby looks just like Dennis. It's a pretty baby, but she looks like Dennis, but she looks way better than Dennis because she's just cute. So Dennis' mom shows up, and she has a hard face and this horrible wig. And Portia owned a wig line and a hairline, and but because she can't stand his mama, she got to suffer with that deplorable wig. So they all sit down, and Dennis gives a monologue, and it's interrupted by Lauren saying, it felt like a year. And he wants to apologize, but if looks could kill, I promise you, Portia mama just delivered like a death stare. She's sending him death rays because it's funny. And then Dennis goes on another monologue, brings up being blocked, and he's mad, because Portia's mom blocked him. But here's the thing, nigga, I don't have to talk to you. You do my daughter dirty, You do my kid dirty. Why do I have to talk to you? I don't have to talk to you. Only reason I have to be cordial to you is because y'all got a kid together, and I'm the grandparent to this kid. That's pretty much it. So Portia brings up Dennis's mom, and then she pretty much checks, and then Bravo showed clips, and to me what Dennis's mom said was not that bad, and I believe she was absolutely right. She asked her, do you want to be a baby mama or do you want to be a wife? And I believe it was her intentions of pushing her son to be responsible and to do right by Portia, because when you look at it and when you think about it, in the Black community, a lot of mothers, well, some of them really don't do things like this. And then you have this high statistic of out of wedlock born children, around 70%, which is not very good. So I can't even really be mad at her for trying to make her son do the right thing, even though she know how her son is. But I think she was trying to push for him to initially do the right thing. But at the end of the day, it's Portia's decision. So Dennis's mom says that she yelled at him every day, and Portia appreciates this. Dennis gets up and hugs everybody, and Portia just wants, the family to work, I think at all costs. I think that she wants it to look great on paper. I'm not really sure how this goes. I know that her marriage to Cordell was just horrid, and he treated her horribly on screen. So it's just, yeah. Anyway, that's that. Then after this, the mid-season trailer dropped, and when this almost spitting scene comes up, I'm gonna be real mad at Nene, because I don't care you don't spit on nobody. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we cross it. Like I said, tomorrow I will be posting, on Tuesday, I will be posting Power Review and Love and Hip Hop New York review. And then my documentary, I will be introducing Brother Polite in the Hotep Hustlers series next Wednesday. So the documentaries will start up in the Hotep Hustle series. And that's that, y'all. So make sure y'all subscribe below. Join me again to Gossip Like a Diva, honey. And that's that. Peace.